Hi friends! My name is Morgan and I am bringing hope at home to you today. So we're going to start today off by singing a greeting song, just like I do in my preschool classes, and then we'll be reading a book, and afterwards we're going to do an activity about where we can put our worries, and we'll be practicing some skills to help our bodies feel calm when we're feeling a little bit worried or anxious, so that we can maybe make those feelings a little bit smaller. All right, let's get ready. I'm going to sing the song first and show you the hand movements because you might not know this song. And then we'll sing it a second time so that you and your family can do it with me. Are you ready? So it goes like this. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. All right, do you think you can do it with me? Let's try again. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. All right, and it's okay if you don't feel fine. You can feel any way that your body is telling you it feels right now, and that's okay. All right, so the book that we're going to be reading today is How Big Are Your Worries, Little Bear? I wonder how big his worries are. Do you have any worries? Sometimes we get worried about things. All right. Little Bear was a worrier. He worried about everything. From early in the morning until late at night, he worried. We can see his face right there. He is very worried. In the morning, Little Bear worried about going to school and all of the things that could go wrong, like not knowing his ABCs. See, he has all of the letters all jumbled up in his head. In the afternoon, he worried about going to soccer practice and all of the things he couldn't do, like kicking the ball into the net. See, he's here and he's thinking about how he might miss. And at night, he worried about the monsters that might be under his bed and all of the scary dreams he might have. There are a lot of things that might happen in Little Bear's world. There might be a monster under his bed. Do you think there is a monster under his bed? We'll see. Poor Little Bear worried day and night. He still looks so worried. You have to stop worrying, said Grandma Pearl. Please stop worrying, said Little Bear. Please stop worrying, Little Bear, said Grandpa Ted. Little Bear, said Auntie Boo Boo in a firm voice, you must stop worrying. But even though everyone told Little Bear not to worry, he worried anyway. Telling Little Bear not to worry didn't make any difference at all. His worries never went away. Do your worries go away when somebody tells you to just make them go away? Sometimes that doesn't work. Early one morning, Little Bear wandered slowly down the stairs and into the kitchen. His worries felt so big and so scary, he could hardly move. His tummy tossed and turned, and he didn't feel like eating breakfast. Do your worries sometimes make your tummy not feel so good? Sometimes my worries make my tummy not feel so good. My dear Little Bear, said Mama Bear, how big are your worries? Little Bear didn't say a word. He just stretched out his arms very wide, very, very wide. His arms are stretched out as far as they will go. He has some pretty big worries. Mama Bear took Little Bear's paw. My ears are big and round, she said, and big round ears are perfect for listening. Why don't you tell me all about your worries? So Little Bear did. He told Mama Bear all about school and how he worried he didn't know his ABCs. Then he told Mama Bear about soccer practice and how he couldn't kick the ball into the net. Lastly, he told Mama Bear about the monsters under his bed and the scary dreams he had at night. Little Bear told Mama Bear all about his worries. He talked for a very, very long time. Does Mama Bear look like she's being a good listener? She's listening with her big round ears to all of the things that Little Bear is worried about. Do you know anybody who is a good listener? Are you a good listener? It's a very kind thing to do. Mama Bear listened carefully. She held Little Bear's paw and listened to every single worry. She's being very kind and she's being very comforting. She's helping Little Bear feel safe so that he can talk about all of his big worries. When Little Bear had finished, he felt a tiny bit better. "How big are your worries now?" asked Mama Bear. Little Bear spread out his arms. He spread them out, not nearly as wide as before. We can see that his arms are slightly closer than before. His elbows are bent, so he's making it smaller. When we share our worries with someone who makes us feel safe, said Mama Bear, they often become smaller. Mama Bear is showing him how small his worries can be when he talks about them with somebody who makes him feel safe. Mama Bear opened the kitchen drawer. "I have an idea," she said brightly. From the drawer, she took out a box of rainbow-colored pencils and 3 pieces of paper. "Little Bear," she said, "I want you to draw all of your worries. I want you to draw every single one." So Little Bear did. We can see he's drawing how he's worried about his ABCs. He's drawing because he's worried about the monsters under his bed. And we can see that he drew about his worry about kicking his soccer ball. He drew them all out. "How big are your worries now?" asked Mama Bear. Little Bear held out his paws. The space between them was as wide as his soccer ball. "My worries are not nearly as big as before," he said. "Good," said Mama Bear. "When we draw or write about our worries, they often become smaller." Then she folded up the picture in half and placed it into her pocket. She took all of Little Bear's worries and she placed them in her pocket to keep them safe. The next day at school, Mr. Whiskers asked Little Bear to say his ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Z, he said. Little Bear forgot why. But he didn't worry. "Good job," said Mr. Whiskers happily. "You're nearly there." Little Bear smiled. He could sing his alphabet. He just missed 1 letter. That's not so many. That afternoon at soccer practice, Little Bear kicked the ball outside the net. But he didn't worry. "Good job," said his coach. "You're nearly there. You can try again." And Little Bear did try again. And can you see what happened when he tried again? He made it into the net. That night, just before Little Bear jumped into bed, he looked underneath the mattress. "No monsters here," he said happily. He was very brave to look under his bed all by himself. Then he hopped into bed and pulled up the covers so they sat just underneath his nose. "How big are your worries now?" asked Mama Bear. Little Bear pushed back the covers and held out his paws. There was no space in between them. His hands are touching together. His worries are so small now. There's no space for them in between his hands. Mama Bear switched off the light and kissed Little Bear goodnight. "Sleep well, my dear Little Bear," she said. And I think he will. And little bear did. He's having dreams about his alphabet at school. He's dreaming about knowing how to kick the soccer ball. I bet he is practicing a lot in his dreams so that he's good at those. Or he got better. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to make a pocket of our own so that we can put all of our worries into it. And so you only need a couple things to do this activity at home. You can have a piece of paper. My paper is blue, but you can use any kind of paper you would like. And you just need something to hold it together. I have a glue stick, but you could also use tape, or you could use glue that comes out of the bottle. And then I have a couple markers. You can use pencils or pens or crayons or whatever art materials you have that you want to use on your pocket. So to make our pocket, I'll show you. We are going to fold almost all the way to the top, but not quite. It's okay if it's not so even. And then I'm going to make that, I'm going to press that crease down so that it lays flat. And then I'll take my glue stick and I'll glue those sides down. Gotta push up my glue stick. We can go like this. Make sure there's enough glue on the sides for it to stick down. And I'm gluing the short side. Forgot to say that. I'll put more glue on this side. So I put glue on that side and on that side. And then I'm going to push the glue down. And so now it sticks, and so now we have the pocket for our pocket. Then we can put the glue away, because we don't need that anymore. And then we can fold this part down. Fold it over the opening of our pocket. And so now we have a little flap for our pocket, and it opens up. And this could be my worry, and if I have a worry, I can draw a picture of it, or I can have somebody help me write it down, and then I can just put it into my pocket for later if I want to worry about it, or if I want to talk about it later with somebody. It's right there in my pocket. Okay. And now we're gonna practice some strategies for when our body is feeling very worried, and not even writing them down and putting them in our pocket will make us feel better. So the first one, and I have a little chart for it. I call it Find 5. So if you're feeling really, really worried about something and everything just feels so crazy around you, you can find 5. So first you stop and you find 5 things that you can see with your eye. So I see my chart, and I see my shirt, and I see my box of markers, and I see my glue stick. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I see the book we read. It's 5. 4 are things you can hear. So I can hear that there are people in my house right now, and they're walking. And I can hear a TV on in the other room. And if I was outside, I would hear birds, or maybe even dogs barking. So that's 4. 3 things you can smell. I smell my shampoo, my lotion, and the laundry soap. 2 things you can touch. I can touch my hair to feel calm. I can touch my shirt to feel calmer. And the last thing is 1 thing you can taste, or 1 thing you hope to taste. I hope to taste maybe pancakes for lunch today. And the other thing that we can do is take deep breaths. So you can take a flower breath, and you just make your hand like a flower, and you take a big breath in to breathe. And it opens, and then you blow it out. The other way to take a breath is a candle. So we can get out a finger. And so this will be our candle. And you take a deep breath and blow out your candle. You can make a wish if you want to. And the last one is a figure 8. So we'll start right here. And you might need somebody to help you draw a figure 8. And so we will take a deep breath in when we go around. And then we'll blow out when we go back around. And it really helps to do all of these 3 times to really make your body feel better. And lastly, I want to tell you something that one of my friends used to tell me to make me feel a lot better. My friend used to say, "You've made this day a special day by just your being you. And there's no person in the whole world like you. And I like you just the way you are." So I hope this helps you handle some of your worries. You can always find somebody who makes you feel safe to talk to them about. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye until next time. Goodbye, friends.